What's happening, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to my channel, and thanks for your support. Today we got a Steph Curry video. Is Steph Curry overrated? The reason I'm reacting to this video is because recently he called himself the greatest point guard ever. Don't disrespect the greats, folks. The players now find so many ways to disrespect the last gen. You know what I'm saying? He's the greatest shooter ever. He's the greatest when it comes to any kind of shooting. Sure. On every position. But to call himself the best point guard ever? No. The point guard's primary job is to set up teammates, be the floor general, not to shoot the ball. That's not the primary job of a point guard. From that standpoint alone, you're not even in the top three. I'm sorry. We got to stop disrespecting the greats. We gotta stop. We gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop. Anyway, let's react to the video. If you're here for the first time, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Without further ado, let's react to the video.
As the smoke clears and the dust is settled on the 2022 NBA playoffs.
No. We gotta stop this shit, man. No. 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 We gotta stop disrespecting the guys before. We gotta stop. No. No.
While I can appreciate his resume and list of accomplishments, that math, quite simply, isn't adding up.
It's not.
The NBA is a sport where winning isn't the main thing, it is the only thing.
It's the main thing. I wouldn't say it's the only thing, but it's definitely the main thing. And from that standpoint alone, top 10, no. Don't disrespect the other guys above you. Don't. Know what I'm saying? Steph Curry is a loved player. Personally, I like him as a player. But to skip him over guys that played before, had a long career, achieved more, no. I'm not one of those people that are just in the moment. You know what I mean? I see things for what it is. If it's showing me a white car in front of me, I'm going to tell you I see a white car. I'm not going to tell you I see something pink, purple, blue because I like you or something. And that's the thing now. Favoritism. Stop. Let's just stop this. Skipping over Larry Bird and all those guys. Really? No. And then he had the audacity to call himself the best point guard ever? No. No. Point guard. What's a point guard's primary job? What's a point guard's primary job? To set up his teammates. To run the offense, not to score. Not to have the most 3-pointers ever. That's not the conversation. Are you the greatest shooter ever? Yes. Are you the greatest point guard ever? Hell no. There's a big difference. I even put Chris Paul over him as far as being a point guard. I put Westbrook over him as far as being a point guard. Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, what's his name? John Stockton, as far as being a point guard. Point guard. If you say shooter, Curry is on top. Don't call yourself a point guard and say you're the greatest point guard when other point guards do their jobs better than you. It's just what it is.
Yet, in the case of Steph Curry, we really have to wonder how great he is from an individual standpoint. Prior to Steve Kerr's arrival, Steph Curry played 5 NBA seasons. Many would try to imply or outright tell you that he was injured often during those seasons, a narrative which doesn't really hold up when you explore the facts. He played a minimum of 74 games in 4 of those 5 seasons, for a total of 336 games across those 5 years. That is no small sample size. During that time, Steph Curry averaged 20 series. Then at the age of 26, enters Steve Kerr, who created a perfect system around Steph Curry and amassed.
Steve Kerr, man, he's not giving credit for how good of a coach he is. He's not giving credit. I think playing with Phil Jackson rubbed off on him a little bit, and playing with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all those guys, being around an environment like that makes you better. You know what I mean? It makes you better, and that's my one of my arguments of players saying they make teammates better. The, the only way to make teammates better isn't only passing the ball, and I think passing the ball is a small way to look at it. You make someone better by inspiring them in different ways to want to improve inside and outside the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? That's how I make teammates better, not by passing them the ball. You're passing teammates the ball that can make a shot. How are you making them better? You know what I'm saying? That terminology has to be removed from basketball. It has to be removed. Make teammates better. They're either good or they're not good. How do you make someone better on the basketball court when they're professional players? The only way to get better is by practicing off the court and doing things to be mentally strong for the game so that they deliver. What's passing somebody the ball that isn't good going to do? You're either good or you're not. Why do we all use these terminologies to make a player sound better? You're either good or you're not. How do you make a players better? You're better. You get better off the court in off season. I thought that's common sense. I thought that's common sense.
The perfect complement of players. In the 8 years that would ensue, Curry has averaged 27 points per game, 6.4 assists, and 5 rebounds, while the Warriors have played in 6 NBA Finals.
And by the way, we call who do we call a ball hawk? We call Michael Jordan a ball hawk, and we call Kobe a ball hawk. Curry averaged one more assist than those guys. Just to give you a bit of perspective there. And you see, this is why it's dangerous to play, to let your emotions cloud your thinking. See, you gotta like look with your two eyes and catch yourself not contradicting yourself. It's full of it in sports, especially when you talk opinion, goat debates, all that. A lot of biases, a lot of conflicting arguments that contradict themselves, basically. Why? Because I like him more, I hate him more. That's why emotional thinking.
Winning 4. It's important to emphasize that Steph Curry was not a 17-year-old kid when he entered the league. He was still learning and ascending, like others we've seen come directly from high school. Curry entered the league as a 21-year-old with 3 years of college experience under his belt, and until his age 26 season, he was a 20-point per game career scorer with 1 All-NBA team selection and 1 total playoff series win.
Kyrie,
This
man.
seems like a compelling amount of evidence to the contrary that Curry was
Jesus.
a dominant player. Some may point to those 2 league MVPs as a major feather in his cap of the top 10 conversation. But let's really drill into the
Man, these MVP awards too, man, they are so biased. A lot of players have been snubbed MVP. Let's not sit here and pretend that these awards are rigged. They're rigged. If you're liked by the media, you will get it. You will get the MVP. If you're not, then good luck.
MVP he got. The year was 2014-2015. Steph Curry averaged 23.8 points per game, 7.7 assists, and 4.3 rebounds.
Those are not MVP numbers. I'm sorry, they're just not. I'm sorry. His year after when I won unanimous MVP, those were MVP numbers. That year though, come on, man. How many players did that? You see what I mean? Favoritism. The people love this guy, and I'll admit it too. I like him a lot, but that's part of the reason why I won it. You have to be liked by your peers in order to get that award. Not necessarily play the best or be the most valuable asset to your team, which defeats the purpose of the award anyway. It should be most liked player, most liked player, MLP, what was it, MVP, MLP, most liked player.
For context, here are 5 seasons produced by Kobe Bryant, in which he
Look at this shit, man. This is crazy. None of those years were MVP years, according to you experts. Look at this. Look at this. Wait, and the 2008 year is not even here. So the only year that I won wasn't even like eh. But look at this. He's a ball hawk, eh? Look at this, folks. Like, come on. You cannot just tell me the MVP awards are not most liked player awards. They're most liked player. He was the most hated player by far. By far.
Did not win the league MVP. But since many want to harp on media bestowed awards or rankings, let's take a look at cumulative All NBA team selections and All Defensive selections. Steph Curry has been selected to 4 All-NBA first teams, 3 All-NBA second teams, and 1 All-NBA third team. He has 0 All-NBA defensive selections in his 13-year career.
And I'm not here to hate on Curry. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to understand and have a bit more context on his career. I'm just questioning why he would just go and say, "Oh, I'm the greatest point guard ever." You know what I mean? And people would just agree with it. I'm not here to hate on Curry. I don't hate him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just against people not really doing the research and thinking for themselves. I'm against people just going along what is said in the media. Do your own research. Even the things I say, don't take everything heart to heart. Do your own research. Form your own opinions. Don't say he is the best point guard because he said it. Go do the research, look at the stats, compare the different eras, who they played with, what they did, what periods they did it at, what competition they had. You need a lot of context before you call yourself the best. You just do. And don't just look at things like MVP awards. That award is most liked player award. There's a lot of players that can get that award that will never get it because the media just doesn't see them as fit. It's just what it is. In the 80s, 90s, it was Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and no, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and Magic Johnson. Those were the three most liked players in those eras too. They were the best players, but they were also the most liked players. All right, you gotta remember that too.
Leaving him with a total of 8 cumulative all-league selections. To put that number in context, the player with the most total all-league selections in NBA history is Tim Duncan with 30, and Kobe Bryant is second on that list with 27. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 26 total selections, LeBron James with 23, and Michael.
It's crazy how Kobe's on the top of the list for everything and has one MVP. One MVP. That's rigged. That's rigged. That is rigged. That is rigged. Out of all of those players, that is rigged.
Jordan with 20 round out the top 5 players with the most total selections. For a guy about to turn 34, his total breadth of accomplishments simply does not warrant his inclusion on the top 10 all-time list without fantastical stories about him, quote, changing the game, or, quote, being the best little player ever. But accomplishments in terms of impact on a team winning championships as well as individual dominance are all that really matter at the end of the day in
Yeah.
these conversations. And if you think Steph Curry is one of the 10 best ever in those categories, chances are you haven't been watching long enough or have a very short memory.
Yeah, he makes a good point there. Do your own research, folks. Watch the game. Play the game to yourself. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. So that ends the video there. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching. Subscribe for more reaction videos. Definitely more to come. Thank you so much. Like always, get better every day. Optimize yourself. I'll see you next video. God bless.